Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Rashai Bashim Kwakadash. Double honors our apostles, another great millstone. Peace and salutations to all the faithful, sincere Israelites scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. This is a quick video I'm doing on this article I was reading. Okay, it's about a child death, highlights communication barriers on border. I got it off my Twitter here. Death of 7-year-old Guatemalan girl in U.S. custody highlights communication challenges along U.S.-Mexico border as agents come in contact with more migrants who speak neither English nor Spanish. Right, because you gotta understand who a lot of these people that are being detained, that are being separated from their families are Israelites. Okay, and they speak neither English nor Spanish because they're Guatemalans. Okay, they're Mayan people. Okay, they're from the tribe of Zebulon. They're Israelites. Okay. Shortly before I'm gonna read this article now. I'll go into some scriptures and reference these two films that brother should really take some time out and watch, because it breaks down pretty much everything that's happening down there. So I just want to read a little bit here. It says, 7-year-old Zebulonite girl died in U.S. custody after her father signed a form stating his daughter was in good health. It's unclear how much the man understood the form because it was written in English but read to him in Spanish by Border Patrol. The death of Jacqueline Kaal highlights the communication challenges at the border as agents come in contact with migrants who speak neither English or Spanish. The father's native language is Mayan, a Mayan tongue known as Chiki, I think it is, or Quechua. Salak, if I didn't get it right, but if I'm not mistaken, it goes something to that. It's a second language in Spanish. It's unclear whether something was lost in translation or whether it would have made a difference in saving Jacqueline, who, after the two were detained and underwent a health screening along a remote stretch of the U.S. border. The case raises questions about Border Patrol's use of English-only forms. Okay, all agents are required to speak Spanish, and they receive formal Spanish training. Reading forms in Spanish is often enough to pose basic questions. All right. Spanish-speaking migrants reported signing paperwork. Later, they said they did not understand that. So that's what the white man does, right? And I did a video on it a few weeks back about how they're doing this, and they're doing a lot of sexual abuse, and they're having these kids sign forms that they have no idea what they're reading, and they have no attorneys to represent them and tell them what the form means. They want to break it down in a language that they can understand. Okay, because they're coming to Babylon. They don't know what the fuck is going on, man. They're coming to Babylon thinking this is like heaven on earth. And they're getting a rude awakening, man. Okay, the so-called white man is the devil. Okay, you think he cares about you? He wants to kill you. He's killing you in your homeland. You're coming here. He's here to kill you here. All right, but it's that hope of living a better life, which is driving them to come here. Why? Because they're in hell. They're in captivity, okay? Living in the third world is a whole different hell, all right? It's a whole different hell. Albeit Babylon is a hell within itself, okay? So it says, I wanted to go to the part. Okay. It says, scores of immigrant parents who were separated from their children after crossing the border in the spring said they signed forms agreeing to be deported with understanding that their kids would be returning with them, only to find themselves deported without them. Many had to wait months before being reunited with them in their homeland. It says the damn devil. That is a straight up wickedness. Hey, and that's one of the curses in Deuteronomy 28. Jacqueline and her father, Neri Gilberto Calcuz, were part of a group of 163 migrants arrested December 6 near a border crossing in New Mexico. Hours later, they were placed on a bus at the nearest Border Patrol station. But Jacqueline began vomiting and eventually stopped breathing. She later died at a Texas hospital. Border Patrol officials on Friday said agents did everything they could to save her, but that she had not had food or water for days. An initial screening showed no evidence of health problems, they said, and her father spoke to them in Spanish and signed a form indicating she was in good health. Yeah, and they have them sign these forms to clear their ass of having negligence or any liability for the death of these kids. Okay, or any harm or ill that falls upon them within the custody of the U.S. government. And initial screening, how do they even be screening these people? They just hound them around like dogs, man, like cows. Okay, attorneys in Texas representing Kaal criticized U.S. officials for asking him to sign Form 1779, which asks a series of questions with checkboxes yes or no, claiming good health. It is unacceptable for any government agency to have persons in custody sign documents in a language that they clearly do not understand. So if you're a U.S. citizen and you're signing these things, you have certain rights. But these people, they're so-called illegal aliens. They have no rights. They're not property of the U.S. government, although they're seeking that. The family also disputed the accounts offered by U.S. officials that the girl walked for days in the desert without food or water before crossing. The father's lawyer said Kaal took care of his daughter, giving her sufficient water and food, and she appeared to be in good health. Yeah, so as soon as she got separated from her, Lord knows what happened to her. She probably stopped eating food or water. They were abusing her. Jacqueline, this so-called white man's the devil. Okay, Jacqueline's family is asking for an objective and thorough investigation to determine whether officials met standards for taking children into custody. Border officials did not immediately respond to the family's lawyer's statement. So, they talk about he had broken Spanish. Okay, in his impoverished village of Guatemala, Spanish is needed only occasionally, such as when the community deals with schools and healthcare for work. All right, because they speak that Guatemalan tongue. Yeah, they said they had walked with other migrants for about 90 minutes before crossing. Told me he had no complaints about how agents treated him and his daughter. But as soon as the daughter went into custody, what happened? Okay, and I just wanted to go into this because the so-called white man, he's the devil, okay? And he is going to be judged for all the evils he does. This is Isaiah 24:16. From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. Right? And who are these treacherous dealers? These so-called white people. You're the biggest treacherous dealer on the planet Earth. Okay, and I went into actually the word there for treacherous dealers. Okay, and the word there is bagad. And it's used, for treacherously, transgressor, transgress, deceitfully. Okay, Strong's H898. Treacherous dealer, treacherous, unfaithful man, treacherous to offend. It says to act treacherously, deceitfully, deal treacherously. To act or deal treacherously, faithlessly, deceitfully, and to offend. All right, and here in this Jusinius lexicon, it says to act covertly. Or he says to properly to cover. When it's covering, all right, hence to act covertly, fraudulently, perfidiously. Okay, and that word perfidious, I'm gonna have to look that one up off right now. Because the Spirit had it. I seen it, but I didn't look it up. But I'm looking it up now. Perfidious, deceitful and untrustworthy. To be perfidious, we gotta find that in the. We gotta find this one in the etymology. Yep, meaning treachery. From perfidia, the Latin perfidiosis, which means treachery. to act covertly, fraudulently, and that's what the so-called white man does to these people on the border. Okay, uh, he he has it. Look, these people don't have they can't find their kids. He ends up having them sign these forms, knowing that that's going to cover them according to their own law. Okay, the so-called white man is the devil, man. Okay, that's dealing treacherously, having people that don't even know how to speak English or Spanish sign forms. All right, and they think you have the best intent of the heart because they're total bug outs. They're desperate people. Okay, it says the treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. Close this up. Fear and the pit and the snare upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth, and it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise and the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare, for the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. Right? And that's what's going to happen to you devils, man. You've been setting up snares. You've been digging this pit for our people, the Israelites. Now it's time for you to fall in that pit, man. It says, it's a spirit. I can start right here. Yeah, this is Proverbs 26-27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein. He that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. And that's what happened. That's what's happening, okay, with the so-called white man. You're digging these pits. You're mainly for Israel, okay? These snares, you're rolling that stone. That stone is this wicked, evil world order that you have control on the people of the earth. That's going to actually fall upon you now. You're going to be your whole plan to enslave the world. You're going to end up as the slave. Okay, your whole plan to nuke the majority of the population on Earth. You're going to be the one getting nuked. Okay, and the hell you're putting on the Israelites, that hell's going to come upon you soon. All right, it says the earth. This is back in Isaiah 24:19. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Okay, and that's what's gonna happen. The Most High is gonna judge all these wicked people that are controlling the world this world we live in, man. Here it is, you got people coming from the jungles, man. Straight up Zebulonites, you know? And they're dying in US custody. Children. This is their daughter. It says 27, shows a photo of her daughter, Jacqueline Amy Rosemary Kaal McKean in Roxruja, Guatemala, on Saturday, December 15th. The 7-year-old died in a Texas hospital 2 days after being taken into custody by Border Patrol agents in a remote stretch of New Mexico desert. But where did she die? She died in a Texas hospital, so where was she, man? She got taken into custody there, and she ended up in Texas. Look at these people. Domingo called Chubb, 61, holds a smartphone, displaying a photo of his granddaughter. All right. These are the people back home. And I've been to Central America, man. The people live there. It's a hard, really hard life out there. It's not like, but Babylon, this whole way of life, you shouldn't wish this upon anybody, man. You shouldn't want to come up here and want to live the American way. This way, the way of American lifestyle, the American vibration is very wicked and evil, man. It kills you. It kills your spirit. Destroys you. And these people are going up there, and what are they doing? They're trying to trust this damn devil. Yet reads a newspaper article about his cousin. This is all the family. There's people's beds, man. They sleep in hammocks out there. No mattresses. Heart-shaped sign. Yeah, where's, dead in America. That's the American dream now. This is the grandmother. No shoes. Dog. That's how it is, man. It's hard out there. Got a millstone. Okay. And what's their fault? Their fault is for trusting in this devil, man. Not understanding he's the enemy. And they know that. These Mayan people, they know the white man's the devil. But they're so beaten down and it's so desolate in Guatemala for them, so economically, that they want to come to America, But the Most High's not dealing with that, okay? He's not dealing with our people coming to Babylon, right? If you're an Israelite and you out in Brazil, you better teach in Brazil. Don't be trying to come out here, get educated, get a visa, Stay out there, teach your word out there. You're an Israelite, because you come over here, Esau wants to devour you. Okay, he wants to, and he likes getting his hands on you guys. All right, as bad as he wants to get us, man. Jake over here, it's a different spirit, man. With Esau trying to fuck with Jake now, man. That race war spirit's really hopping upon Israel up in the States. But when you so-called illegals come up here, man, they chomp at the bits. They fuck with y'all, man. Why? Because the Most High is not dealing with that. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Yeah. The white man's the devil. He's your enemy. Okay, his wickedness keeps coming. This is how iron rust. You always you could polish it, but that's still gonna rust. Right? So is his wickedness. Yeah, you could polish your enemy up nice. Esau, but at the end of the day, he's still wicked, still evil. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? Hey, man, and you people here in America, America is the devil, man. So how are you gonna pity somebody that wants to come to America? America goes around the whole world bombing everybody, putting the Israelites to death, all kinds of injustice and wickedness happening here, and you want to come here and live it up with the rest of these demons. So no one pities you. Those people, that's their fault. They want to go to America. That's what Trump is in office, right? And then now, if you watch these films, you're getting that spirit too. It's called La Jaula de Oro, and it translates to the Golden Dream. I've recommended it to brothers in the camp. I just want to bring it out to the rest of y'all. It's a really good film, And it goes. And it's about just this. Guatemalans. And one of them doesn't even speak Spanish. He speaks the Quechua.
Ya no quiero viajar ya con ese indio. Lo que se está buscando el cono. Nos vamos a ir los tres, ¿entendiste, verdad? Los tres.
See, the Indio kid, the Zebulonite.
Hoy. ¿Iban a hacerse ricos en Estados Unidos? Ya no llegaron. Vamos.
Vos, Juan. ¿Y ahora para dónde?
And they call that train La Bestia, the beast.
Cada uno de ustedes me va a dar el número de una persona de Estados Unidos. Si cooperan, salen vivos.
The cartels just be snatching up all the women.
Siento como si tuviera un zoológico en mi estómago de la emoción que vamos a ir al otro lado. Como si un montón de animales estuvieran corriendo por todo mi cuerpo. Todo va a salir bien y vamos a llegar hasta donde queremos.
Yep. Yeah, I think they call it the golden dream or like the golden jail. I don't know what it really means. The howla part. But it could be like a little bit of both. But yeah, it's a good film, and it shows you it's a spirit, right? They call that thing the La Bestia, right? And then I think I went into this film before on a different video, Sin Nombre. It's about Hondurans doing that same journey, you know. So they're films with very likely very common common themes, okay, especially regarding what I'm talking about and what's happening with these people, the Zebulon, the tribe of Zebulon out in Central America, okay. And like it says here, who will pity a charmer that has bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Yeah, because it's getting to the point where people are like, hey, you want to go to America, you deal with it. You're going to get deported. You're going to get beat up by the cops. You're going to get shot in the streets like a dog. And Esau's going to call you an illegal. He's going to call you an alien. He's going to call you all kinds of this and that. Wow, he gets away with wickedness. It ain't going to work like that for too much longer, right? Because that, like the scripture says, all this is going to turn upon you, damn devils, right? Yeah, and with that, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shai, Bashir Makakadash. Until next time, I say Shalom.